entering Dai Hua Ting something something now. It wasn't long before our arrival to a new place within the Daiyugan was made known by the Pelican's bearer surrounding our announcement. Oh, more building? What's Daiyu mean anyways? Oh, the Grand Flower Hall. So I think you would call it a place for banquets. Flower Hall? So you host banquets in this village-sized venue? Is that a lake over there? You have a own lake? Nope, that's just a pond. A pond! Damn! Once we arrive, we will find ourselves at a welcoming party for Ching Chun and me. Rhodia, you should be able to stuff yourself to your heart's content this time around. It's been a while, hasn't it? I don't think I've been this excited in a long time, Wow, is that a ship over there? Wait, you have a ship for your own pond? Oh yeah, we would sometimes go out boating together. Oh, and Ching Chun built it right across that pond. Oh, so you each get a building of your own, huh? Yes, we do. And when I first departed from Hong Yuan, I found the concept of an entire family living under the same roof to be so fascinated. Alas, that would be quite a challenge for the family to save one another, wouldn't it? And that's exactly why we each get our own building. Are we even talking about the same thing here? For who? We would have merely enjoyed our vacation at young Hong Lus restaurant all along. Oh yeah. That wouldn't have worked on. When I left home, grandmother and the elder really impressed upon me that the footsteps shall eventually bring you home when the time is right. Thus, witness, and only witness, as much of the world as you may before you make your return. I was wondering when that would be, but time really has slipped from my fingers, and just like that, it brought me back. Most sinner did not welcome their turns. Some of them were even terrified of it. Sometimes they had to confront what they had been avoiding all of their lives. And for some, important things that were once forgotten or lost waited for their return. But their reluctance is really not surprising at all. I don't think that I would welcome an opportunity to get my memories back with open arms if it was thrusted upon me out of nowhere, especially if I was getting dragged there against my will. But despite that fact that it couldn't be more obvious that his turn has arrived, Hong Lu was tranquil as always. He has always been able to remain afloat, no matter what had happened. Maybe it won't be difficult this time either. But even so, can I judge that so hastily? Young Master Bao Yu of the Jia family has returned! Again, the Pelican Bearer deepens, full throttles pronounce of our arrival, and the door has opened. We are here. You must all be so tired. Come in, come in. Leaving behind the sinners, who were still reeling from the astronomical level of opulence at the display, Hong Lu bounced lightly off the palanquin and most-eyed into the building. Quite the spectacle, huh? Quite the light-footed step that he takes, unhindered by excitement nor trepidations. Right. Rich boy's got nothing to fear cause he's used to this kind of poshness, huh? That's all there is to it. Verily, that may be a subtle expression of that teensy part of him that longed to see his family again. Once we all left the palanquin, I find myself besieged by overwhelming vastitudes and objects of great magnitudes. Just how many servants do they even have? Ah, grandmother will visit us once the Xue hour has arrived. What's up with all of those letters? I can't read that. The banquet will start then, I think. The what hour? The Xue hour referred to the time between 19 and 21. This is a unique time system used in certain regions of the East. In addition, it would be best to remember that Hong Lus' grandmother, Ye Mu, is the hierarch of Dang Yuan. It would not be an incorrect assessment to see her as the ruler of all of Hong Yuan. Your relative is pretty much the head of the wing, I see. Yes, though she'll be handing it over to the next hire pretty soon. Why now? What does she seek to achieve by abdicating at this precise time? Otis, as you probably saw an ulterior motive behind every move, inquires. She's been saying that her time would eventually come, that she's carrying this responsibility for way too long. I bet she's pretty shocked to hear that you will be taking part in this Family Heir War, right? I don't know about that. Maybe she will take it well. There's never been a reason for me to bother participating, but there wasn't really a reason for me to not to either. I see. Hey, there's Xingchun and Wei over there. Looks like they both arrived safely as well. Xia Xingchu, who arrived before us, shot us a briefest glance, before looking away with exaggerated disinterest. Wow! I guess she turned her back on us. Well, it didn't really take too long for things to become super awkward. Oh, but we must capture this opportunity to see it ourselves adjacent to young Xiongchun. I guess it's too late for that. We are forever banned for ever getting anywhere near her again. Yet we're four! We are no longer Yelchin's faction after all. Hostility is to be expected after that. Things have changed. Us versus them. In-group versus out-group. Deception and treachery, a natural part of war. An ally of today may as well become an enemy for tomorrow. And that's a funny way to say I don't have any friends. Hey, what did you just say? Okay, Otis, calm down. Oh, they're my parents. Hold on, we're just walking right up to them? Blimey, at least tell us their names! We need to introduce ourselves! Father's name is Singh of the Jia family, and in Dongjua, they call my mother Lady Wang. Lady Wang? I see. I greet you for the first time since my departure. Okay. Bao Yu of the Jia family has returned home. You are early. Bao, dear Baichu, it has been too many years. To see you again after so long, It's good to see your face. Oh, I don't know what I should even say at this moment. Are those worries? Is that a worried expression? I can't really read her that well. She had that same expression when she tried to send him away. But she's still smiling. Kind of. The father, Ye Sing's eye, darted nervously between us and Hong Lu. Meanwhile, his mother gingerly brings him into a careful embrace, as though she was in the presence of something so utterly, deeply moving. It was more than the purest joy of reunion. So they are Hong Lu's parents, huh? Thank you very much for your hospitality. You have certainly spared no expense. So, who are these people that you came here with? Well, there aren't too many of them. They're my friends that I made out in the world. At least he's not introducing us as his lackeys, like a certain someone that I know. Hey, that... it wasn't part of the moment. Hong Lu's mother slowly turned around to look at us. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but... somehow it almost feels like that she was looking down at each of us, one by one. I'm so glad to meet you all. Bayu's always been such a stubborn child. I'm sure he was quite a handful to accompany you on your journey here. I hope that you can still embrace him despite every... Wait, stubborn? What do you mean? Okay. Whatever she was about to say, they don't seem all too happy to hear that. Dear Bao Yu, Why do you allow your friends to call you by that name? What of your noble and blessed name, bestowed upon you by your revered Ren, our elders? Wait, what is going on with her? Hong Lu reached out and gently, yet indifferently, held his mother violently trembling hands. Of course I would, mother, because the name is too noble indeed. Oh, yes, it is not a name that any rebel should so heedlessly speak. Of course. Of course. Okay, that was weird. Oh, do you also have an old name and a new name? Well, don't you remember? Back in P-Corp, why called Hong Lu Young Master Bao Yu, right? Also, remember how he announced himself before the duel on the day that we arrived? He introduced himself as Bao Yu of the Jia family. I thought this was a pseudonym back then though. You know, given the circumstances. Well, it ain't like us calling your real name's gonna cheapen its nobility. But whatever. It's just a name, so you can say it as many times as you want, and it won't describe its value. Oh, but some people do actually believe that it does, I suppose. It was wise of you to refrain from using that name. Right, to let your precious name be known among the plebeian populace is to encourage knives in the dark to strike. Even here too, and... Okay? It is, as your mother said, were your true name to be made known, any individual with a passing connection to H-Corp would have easily connected you to Hong Yuan. It is said that most names are repository to their keeper's origin. In the eastern region of the city, when the parents name their children, they impute them with meaning. It carries their wish for their children's place and use in the world. You, what's your name mean? My name? My name is a combination of wishes, not only of those of my parents, but those of many more. It means that I was born with a precious jade. Xue Baochai, huh? Oh, this is just awful. Hong Lu sounds so much better. At least try to whisper it! What the hell? I will just call the rich boy however I want to. If I'm ever forced to call you Young Master by you or some servile shit like that, I would rather take a punch or two from the guides. I could feel the horrified gaze of the servants staring at us. I don't mind that, so please continue to call me Hong Lu if you want. Please seat yourself, honored guest. The food will be served soon. I guess those guys can't comprehend the simpletons at all. Oh, the food! It's getting served! Oh wait, what is that? Do they actually expect us to eat all of this? I don't think I've ever been more intimidated by food before. There was, quite literally, a mountain of dishes on the table. I was starting to wonder if the purpose of these dishes was more of flaunting their wealth than to feed us a reasonable amount of food. Oh, what a feast! I can ask for refills, right? Huh? Yes. Anyways, what's up with those empty seats over there? Are we still killing time for some guests to arrive? I don't think so. They're probably seated for my older siblings, somewhere in Dangyuan. They probably just didn't want to attend. This is a banquet to welcome me after all. I'm sure they believe it's a waste of time to attend to. Man, they better be on some real busy schedule to miss this. I mean, look at this table! Tiamu, vulnerable by her presence, has graced us. Tiamu, honored by her presence, has graced us. With the announcement, utter silence quickly devoured the busy harbors of the banquet. Those who were sitting quickly rose to their feet and bowed, while those who were standing kneeled down on all fours, their back bent so low that their foreheads were nearly touching the ground. Oh God! cool though. I have to give them that. They look cool. A bit intimidating with those eyes, but cool. And a woman walking out from between them. The crowd itself parted down the middle for her sheer presence. Oh, there's grandmother. Was Hong Lus' grandmother, the family hierarch of H Corp, and its chief executive director. Yamu's presence was at once warm and gentle, yet immense and overwhelming, like a personification of an insurmountable mountain. We are graced by your presence, venerable Jiamu. We are graced by your presence, venerable Jiamu. Wait, should we bow? I don't think you could bow any lower with your face halfway in the bow, so you should be fine, probably. She's surrounded by how it should too, I think. Guys, everything is gonna be fine, as long as we don't do anything stupid, right? As everyone was bowing before Jiamu, awed and humbled. Only Hong Lu stared straight at Jiamu without bowing. Then he got up from his seat, walked towards her. It has been a while, grandmother. Please ascend, young Master Bao Yu. It seems that special permission was needed to even stand next to her, as Hong Lu was allowed to approach her only after the servant gave him the go-ahead. Little Bao Yu, you must have walked and toiled tirelessly on your journey home. Oh, not at all, grandmother. I was able to learn so many new things, thanks to everyone who has treated me so nicely. Had you sought to master the art of learning, no master, regardless of their pursuit, would have been out of your reach. You could have learned much in the halls of erudition from them. Yet the world taught from sheets of paper are simply that, words on paper. We wish that you, dear Bao Yu, will learn more of the secular world, to not let flow betwixt the fingers the time that is given to you. I know this opportunity was more than I deserved, grandmother. I appreciate your return all the same. That you have deigned to return before me is my abdication of great responsibility. I have no idea what they were talking about. Well, verily, it appears that Hong Lu signed it onto Limbus company, as in the grand Tyrannus of sorts. Grand Tyrannus, huh? What's that? Can these two please stop babbling with their mouthfuls? Young master of families, most means are often sent out of the world for a grand tour. Thus coins was this practice grand turismo, if thou will, affords they are to commence their public activities. The purpose is to learn the varied experience that cannot be gained from books, to grow familiar with the world outside. I hear that you have met Xing Chun in the world not long ago. I have. A bright child she is, well prepared to take on the challenge of the family hierarch elevation, I presume. I agree. I'm sure Xing will wisely overcome this trial. Indeed. Have you paid visits to the reversed elder then? I will, soon. Lady Wang, ascend to you as well. With your mercy, Jiamu, of course. Hong Lu's mother hurried up to where Jiamu stood. It must cause your heart great distress to have your one and only son depart his home to wander the world beyond the hedges. Of course not, Jiamu. Oh, I am simply so glad that my son, Bao Yu, has returned as a man who can now more than carry his own weight, and unharmed too. Thus, dear Bao Yu, I don't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again? Nothing has been decided yet, mother. I see. I'm simply concerned that, were you to stay here to be prolonged, perhaps you might fade before your duties are complete. Complete your duties and return soon, so that the agreement that Yamu has so graciously made for us is fulfilled. Duties? Indeed. Lose not, forget not. You are our family's one and only Jade. Dear Baoyu, our peerless treasure, tarry not over long in this mundane world. Leave when the time is right, and fulfill your worth. What does that mean? Okay, grandmother and mother. The precious Jade? Duties? Okay. Xue Baochai. What's that now? Another brother? It wasn't the father, right? No, that wasn't the father. I thought the sinners were doomed to chew uncomfortably through this incredibly awkward meal, but Jiamu and her retinue of high shoes left the banquet hall quite promptly after the exchange. It was as though they had no more reason to remain here. I mean, they're so busy with age cup and all. I guess they couldn't stay with servants and visitors, right? Even though their precious Jade is here. Oh. This is odd that they should inquire about Hong Lus' departure plan on the very welcome of his return. Right? One moment it appears like they really care about him, and then the appearance of that care for one's child was also quite distinct and unusual compared to these typical displays of emotional intimacy expressed in the average household. Hey, by you! That is when an unfamiliar, yet chipping voice hopped violently into our conversation. Who is that? Why didn't you come to see me first? I've been staying in the same building ever since you departed here, you know? Ah, big sister Xue Baochai. It's been so long. You've come all this way to my welcoming banquet to fill a seat? Oh, I appreciate that. Had I known that you would be coming home today, Baochu, I would have summoned everyone that I could from the Xue family to see you too. Big brother Pan's been really itching to know how you've been doing and... Yeah, sure he was. Xingchun, who's been sitting in complete silence for the entire banquet, muttered quietly to herself. Who else have you been greeted since your arrival today, Banjo? Well, my parents and Chia Mu. Really? So I'm your first then, huh? What is going on? She made a cheerful remark before leaning closer to his eye. Our Jade is always so gleaming and pristine. Bao Yu? Look, I made myself a necklace in the same color as your eye and wore it every single day to constantly remind myself of you. Well, do you see it? Oh, you have. Well, thank you for remembering me. Okay, so when are you going to introduce us to her? Hey, why couldn't we just let this nice reunion play out? Come on, man. Rudia stepped forward, unable to stand the curiosity. Oh, she's... Well, I am Baochai of the Xue family. I have a very profound relationship with dear Baju over there. Okay, a very profound relationship. He is my betrothed! What? And I to him. I would say that is pretty much profound. What? Well, something to be so surprised about. These profound relationships can be established effortlessly in a simple exchange of agreement before... It's arranged marriage? Hey, you could have at least give us a hint. What do you mean you have a fiancé? Huh? But I won't be married until I leave Limbus' company, though. I just thought that it wasn't relevant enough to share. How is that not relevant? What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry about overhearing earlier, but you guys are Baoyu's friends, right? I've been so curious to hear what kind of life Baoyu lived out there. Care to share some tales of your journey with me? I don't have stories for kids. Shoo. Why? But I love stories about the bloodshed. Okay. one of Big Sister Baochai's pastimes was creating creepy stories of urban legends. Well then, maybe I'd share some after all. Oh, what about everyone else? I love adventure stories. Be careful what you wish for, alright? I beseech thee to find a seat, for I shall now regale thee with a tale in which an adventure of most wondrous value unfolds. Brace thyself, for this particular old and terrifying tale features a big scary bear lurking in a cave. Oh my god! If you're finished with your meals, why don't we just all go back to our residence, alright? Oh, you're so angry again, Shin-chun. Last time I heard, you lost much of your followers in a large battle, didn't you? I'm so sorry. I used more than 3 handkerchiefs wiping my tears away upon hearing those news, and... So the Xue family heard of it too, huh? Of course. You're not wrong, but that's irrelevant to what I've brought to the Family Heir War. Always a big fan of your confidence, Xing-chun. It's a good look, you know? Oh, and that reminds me, you better watch your back, Big Sis Baochai. Looks like Big Brother over there has learned how to sink a knife into your back with the same carefree smile. Oh? What did he mean by knifing people in their backs? Well, I guess I had a small falling out with Shin-chun, that's all. Ah, Shin-chun must have been trying to get you on her side, huh? Yeah, no wonder that she wanted you on her team. But Ju's always excellent at whatever that he does, without stressing out or losing that happy smile. It just kinda works out that way, you know? I guess he can be a bit irritating like that, huh? Some people thought rare indeed like that. Oh, and that reminds me, did you, by any chance, run into Big Brother Xue? Oh, no, I haven't. But they have. Oh, that's good. Ooh. She placed her hand over her chest as though she had just survived an incredibly dangerous accident before eyeing us anxiously. So, what exactly has happened? I do know that he was trying to ally with the Xinchua. I mean, it didn't really seem like anyone else was viewing that as an alliance other than Xinchua himself, but it must have been a pretty open secret amongst the candidates that Dear Chu was trying to ally themselves with Xinhua. They cut Big Brother Xue's head off when he was with us. Oh my! Horizontally or vertically? Is that important? She likes her! Okay. So this is the 3rd time, huh? Chihuahua's really incorrectable. He never knows when to sip it and just sit down. Well, Big Brother Xue, I have a feeling that he'll be here when the Family Heir War begins. Everyone in Dangjuas heard that creepy song from the back streets, you know? Gosh, things are getting so awkward and hostile here at Dangjua every time there's mention of him. Well, I guess it's fortunately that he won't be coming after me once the competition begins. And why is that? Well, because I'm simply too charming and adorable to kill outright, of course. You think? And besides, whatever Big Brother Shinsu's goals are, they probably have nothing to do with Xue's family. I can see that. But Xue took a step towards Hong Lus and leaned in close to his face. You smell my fragrance still, by you? Oh, you have never reeked, Big Sister Baochai? Reeked? But Xue, I've always been, and always will be, residing in the what? Ginga Plan Court? Hengwal? Okay? Promise to pay me a visit before you leave. With that, she gracefully walked out of the room. Well, how about we start heading back? This place can get pretty dark around the high hours. Wait, why did you leave? Oh, it's nothing. She's just a big sister that I used to play with when I was a child. One of the very few in Dangjua who was nice to me. So, where should we head next? Good question. just going by the scale of everything around here, it should be safe to expect something like a real whistle, right? Oh, well, you're my guest, so you should be staying at my building within the Dangyuan. It's within walking distance from here. We should be there in no time, even on foot. Even on foot? I guess the parachutes are common around here because this place is so big, huh? Alright then. Oh god, those names. Xiang Huang. There's a fight here. And so much for peace, huh? So much for peace. It's just here. Oh, a training area, huh? Ta-da! Here we are. That was a pretty long walk. Still, technically within walking distance, but still. This place is called, okay, the Joyous Red Court. This room was made from the most aromatic flower tree within H-Corp. Try taking a deep breath and you can smell the lovely fragrance of flower aroma, pervading and spreading to the very tip of your nose. It's unique to this very building. Oh, very much so. It's an unseen, invisible thing, yet it retains much of its pleasant residue. This place is huge too. You've been living here all along? Yeah, I was told to stay here in a large room, but I prefer this place more. Okay, who's that? Siren. It's been a long while, young master. Siren reporting. Oh hey, is she... Have you been well, Siren? Yes, I am, as I always have been. Siren watched us emotionlessly as our rowdy crowd poured into the yard. Her expression did not change even when she saw Hong Lus, who presumably hadn't really been home in quite some time. Are they the young master's guest? I will guide them to their rooms. Please follow me. Now that we're here, I've got to pay a visit somewhere. I'll be back soon, alright? But wait, where art thou journeying to? Allow us to accompany thee to... No, it's gonna be okay. Just on my way to say hello and pay respect to my elders, so it would probably be better if I were to go there alone. This way, please. Well, I guess I could say this is about every operation, but the weight of our mission doesn't really sink in until we actually are there, huh? True. Are you talking about the family's war thingy? Yeah, the other candidates have been preparing for this for years, while we have, what, like an overnight thing? I don't know, I'm more of a procrastinator, until the last minute kind of girl, so I'm pretty sure we can handle this one as well, right? This is not the first instance of which we are demanded to work for a task in an unfavorable situation. Yet why does it matter? Our goal isn't to claim the throne of the family anyways. Is it? Isn't it? A few hours ago. Well, isn't it quite a relief that our goal isn't actually to come first in the hierarchy war? What? What does that mean to say that we don't need to become first? Yeah, obviously. Why would we want a sinner to become the head of H-Corp? I mean, you could gain control, a contract of the head of a wing? Wouldn't that be beneficial? Yeah, would it not provide a much more reliable means of control to plant an individual of this company at highest possible seat of a wing, instead of letting an unaffiliated individual assume it instead? Well, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than that, guys. And besides, LCB still has much left to do as the LCB itself. Yes. Then, would I be right to assume that this isn't a winner-takes-all kind of situation then? Do other candidates get something for participating too? Anyone who places within the top 10 will gain the right to take one item of their choice from the family's treasury. Of course, the one who places the highest goes first. But we are going to have to come in at least second place in order to ensure that we obtain the item that we are looking for. The Barrow, isn't it? Now that's a weird insult! Sod it! Why don't we just shoot for the top anyways? Your confidence seems to have gone through the roof since our last operation together. Well, we did go through a lot of crazy stuff back then. Anyways, care to guess what deep inside the Hong Lus gargantuan treasury is? I guess the Baroque, huh? Right on. Buried in the middle of all kinds of other treasures, along with any knowledge of its true value. So Faust, what did Manager Saudi share with you as our strategy for the first round? I very much wish to know that as well, for the suggestion of mutual understanding seemed to exist exclusively betwixt Miss Faust and Saudi. Well, the first round of the Family Heir Elevation tests what the Descendants have prepared and brought for the Elder of Hong Lus. What the Descendants have prepared, huh? So this must be what Jia Qingchun's been referring to this whole time, isn't it? Yes, to be free from aging and death, immortality. Each candidate is to present an answer before the judge to demonstrate the idea of true immortality. Right, so what's the answer to true immortality then? Not even Faust can answer that. Then what are we even going to do here? We need to present an answer. But we may be able to demonstrate with facsimility of immortality, or at least pretend as though we are close to the answer. Given that they are the ones who are seeking that very answer, they will not disqualify us, Hong Lu, to be exact, from the competition. I see, so they will cling on to whatever clue they can get their hands on, so we'll be using their desperation. Precisely. That important-looking old bat, Chiom Moose favors him, doesn't she? Maybe she will give him bonus point or something? Oh, I don't think it's gonna be that easy. So that is why we'll be using Hong Lu for this. That is... Yes, you're right. It is my turn to be used. Whoa! Wait, when did you get back here? Hong Lu nonchalantly shimmed into the conversation, having slipped in between us unnoticed. Hey, you're back pretty soon there, huh? Unfortunately, what Otis just said could sound quite, crass, depending on how you cut it. Exactly! We're not just using him. We are just helping him for... We need the gold barrow for your wish. Don't you also get a wish out of this? Later? Was that in the contract? Hong Lu, you don't have to... Don't mind what you just said, alright? But why would I mind it? My use is to be a ticket to participate in the Hierarchy War, the only option of obtaining the Golden Barrow in H-Corp. She didn't really say anything wrong about that. Your use? Well, if you'll be using me, hopefully this will lead to an outcome where we all can be happy. Verily, such outcome would be best, yet young Xingchun had already exhaled with great gusto out of her nostrils before turning away from our party when our eyes met. Well, Xingchun... Hong Lu's eyes twinkled briefly, as though he was shifting into a dream. I didn't think it was possible for me to be friends with Xingchun again. We are back to not being on speaking terms again, but it was as though I'd gone back in time, back to when we were both children. But we can't go back to the past. What did you say? Are you drunk or something? Did you really just say that to me? Oh, what a stupid thing of me to ask! You've never been drunk in your life! Your mind's always been so damn clear! None of this matters to you, does it? Even when I get angry at you or when I shout at you like this, none of it can ever through to you, does it? Just what happened to you that day? How can someone become so... Shinchu, Forget it! I don't care! Do whatever you want! It's my fault for expecting to have at least one noble sibling in this messed up family! In that memory, Hong Lu was wearing a quiet smile, even before he hushed anger. But don't you want to be friends with her again? At the end of all things, this connection between peoples, they are just moments, ephemeral things. So what I want doesn't really matter. Blue. A sinner so afloat, so detached that it feels as though he's always floating through a cloud. I once thought that was just the kind of guy that he was. Someone who just happened to be above everything that happens around us, instead of just another messed up person with a messed up problem of their own. But slowly and gradually, I had begun to realize that there was something off about him under the surface. Hong Lu, about the participation in the war, do you really not feel anything about it? Have you completely excluded yourself from this? I don't, and I have. It's just the way things worked out, right? Executive manager, it is true that his valued judgment will have no tangible influence on this company's direction. Faust is in agreement, since I do not have the right to refuse their missions. They all have to obey. That may be true, yet I find it unnecessary to turn away and negate the suffering condition of their heart, stemming from the obligation of their missions. Conditions of our heart. But perhaps unnecessarily peering into them is how we even begin to suffer. But matter of back then, when I lived here in Dangyuan, so many choices passed before my eyes. Should I kill that child who was from a different family? Should I even survive? Should I walk past the dying boy? Or should I stop to help him? When they were first presented to me, I tried to make a choice. But it didn't take that long for me to realize that all of my choices meant nothing. So I decided to not choose at all. And that's me as I am now. There were so many wonderful things about joining Limbus company, but I think my favorite part of the experience was that I was never given a choice to begin with. Oh, that's definitely kind of weird. Looks like things have gotten weirdly quiet around here. I guess that was enough discussion from private matters. There's much ground for us to cover. Let us begin by discussing our plan for the first round, alright? And the next morning. They're hiding more stuff from us! They're hiding more stuff! Alright then, I guess there's still some time before we have to leave. What may be the purpose of these scarecrows, veiled in nocturnal shadows they were at yesternight? Oh wow! Oh, they're still here! There are training courts next to every building where children of this place live. Here, every child of walking and running age all get to play with these dummies. Play, huh? Early education is really important. Yet how does one play with these dummies? And it appears that these dummies are adorned with most dashing pieces of fashion of its ads. Oh, well that's the first dummy that I received when I was 7. Back then I thought even dummies could feel pain when struck. Such was the blissful rumination of all those who were once children. So, is it like a tradition for kids born here to, learn how to fight? Oh, not exactly. Whoa! So this was grandmother's gift to you, huh, big brother? Yep. I don't know how it works though. It must be a doll or in the fishy for dressing up. Or perhaps you could adorn it with some trinkets as well. It's the girl with the petals again. You see, maybe it got like a guardian spirit into it in order to protect your home, big brother Bao. Oh boy. Here, let me show you how it is done. Wait, why did you punch grandmother's gift? Don't you think you're hurting it? Hurting it? Really now? This wooden thing? It's more that they have to grow up this way, if they want to survive. this wooden training dummy isn't so bad. This wooden training dummy appears to have been designed and crafted with some precise engineering craftsmanship. We still have some time until departure, so why don't we try using them for a warm-up exercise? Really? Ah, but I don't want to get all sweaty, guys. Well, it's not like these things actually will pose any sort of danger, right? I think we can try them out once, just to see how they're doing today. Yeah! Attention! We have orders from the executive manager. From this moment forward, we will put our all into laying utter ruin on today's training dummies. When did I say that? I didn't give that order! Oh well, I guess it wouldn't really hurt to get our blood pumping for now. All forces, charge! I guess it's fine, as long as you guys have fun. Can they fight back? Pretty sure there's some rotating parts. If you strike them hard enough, they will come back and hit you. Oh yeah, most definitely. They have their own ways of attacking. And they can inflict us with offensive level down. They even have a count. Yes, counter makes absolute sense for those things. If this unit fails to hit, clash power up. Remember the basic, turn end. If this unit was hit by 4 or more attacks to all enemies, they apply damage up next turn. For every turn this unit was hit. If this unit was hit by 3 or fewer attacks, reset the above stacks. I see. Then? Oh god, wait. They're kinda strong. Let's go for a counter instead. Okay, that might be a bit more problematic than I hoped it would be. Oh well, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm also kinda liking it that they have expressions. They have changing expressions. Some very advanced combat dummies, I have to say. 1, 2, 3. Did we get a stagger? Yeah, not quite. The stagger bar is kinda far away. Oh god. Yeah. Otis is getting a beating there. That's not good. Let's try to burn them down. Oh no, my Otis! She's dying quickly! That's not good! It's not good! It's just wooden dummies! Just wooden dummies! Come on, guys! I know they have some powerful coins! It's not that bad! Right? It's definitely not that bad! Hit him! Hit them! Okay, we're going to get the first stagger. Good job, Hong Lus. Pretty sure Otis is kind of half dead back there, but it's fine as long as she's hanging on. Right? That's all that really matters. We do need to be mindful though about the fact that they can increase their clash power. That might cause some issues in the future. Especially considering the fact that they are kind of powerful on their own. I don't really want to increase their odds any further than that. But oh well, it is how it is. 16, that's okay. Let's go for a couple strong moves. You can technically win it, it's not impossible. Definitely not impossible, I need to be careful now though. I'm getting really close to my explosion trigger. There we go. Good job, Isha here. Rodion was the one who was struggling, wasn't she? Pretty sure it was Rodion. Maybe I can stagger them before the issue arrives. Or she just wins regardless, because she doesn't care about the prediction whatsoever. That is fine in my book. 17, more power, more power. I'm actually going to go for the representation. I need to get more SP on my other guys. This is fine. Clash. Otis, I would really love it if you could win that clash. Chances aren't looking that well though. Yeah, let's go for the knife hand. I have more than enough breath stacks for the next round to trigger the resonance. Let's hope that the slightest speed recovery is going to make a difference. One of my guys are struggling again, and I don't like that. Counter's not going towards Faust, that's good. We got another stagger. Or was it Hong Lus who was struggling? I'm not so sure. But Otis won her first clash! Precious! Holy damn, Hong Lus! 11 clashes in a row, huh? You're not giving up that easily. Good to see. Okay. 3 left, that's fine. Going to go all out this time. Oh wait. Guess there's no need for that. All out on the second dice. 18 is good enough. Ref. More fire. Another ref. And I'm just going to assume that you're probably not going to survive this. Let's be serious. You only respawned 1. Most of them are already down to half HP. There's absolutely no way that they could possibly survive this. No seriousness. They could stagger my Otis again, but even that's gonna be quite difficult for them to achieve. Okay. Yeah, that guy's certainly dead. Second guy is getting close to stagger range. Roland is going to pick him up. There we go. Stagger achieved. Instant dead. And now that guy wouldn't even come close to scratching us anymore. Lovely! Good job, guys! Bye-bye! For finisher, the butterfly explosion is also really nice. Woo! How refreshing, right, guys? Oh, yeah. I guess morning workout really does wake somebody up, huh? Well, we've gotten so used to getting into a tussle before we get to the real meat of the mission that a morning kind of feels incomplete without some actions, huh? True. Nevertheless, this was a meaningful warm-up activity. So I've been meaning to ask Hong Lus, why did you never consider participating in a war before? It seems to me that all of your other siblings have been waiting and training all of their lives for this event. Oh, it's simple. Because I never once thought that I wanted to be the head. Is it not truly most fortunate? Had you not been born with the Jade, my son, you would have had to toil at your life, preparing for the Family Heir War like all of your other siblings do. You needn't waste the strength on those things to win the favor of the Elder or Jiamu. Won't it be their blessing? Simply witness as much of the world as it has to offer. Jade of our family, my precious son, by you. Jade again. War memories? So he had no reason to participate. What is wrong, you saying? You kind of seem distraught there. It is to do with the plan that Miss Faust had explained to us last night. I find the plan rather detestable. Yeah, me too. But Hong Lus said that he's okay with it, so... Yeah, I wouldn't trust Hong Lus' words. He's currently hiding so much pain within. Who knows how deep the well goes, right? But can we even call this a plan? If we're actually being honest here? It matches the definition of a plan. given that it's illustrated certain instructions to be followed for the purpose of achieving a defined goal. And please remember that there are no second chances in the family arc, right? True. Once it is done and over with, we lose our chance to ever get close to the Bureau again. Ah, yeah.